Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are watching. Just give me a second to let the notifications roll in because I started a little bit late. I apologize for that. Can you hear me okay? I dropped my microphone and hopefully it's all right, but let me know if you can hear me all right. Okay. And I'm going to send a couple tweets out just to let people know that I just went live since I'm a little bit off schedule. I apologize again. I meant to do this yesterday, but I just wasn't up to it. So I figured, before I have to start doing any cooking, do a real quick live stream and update on the mess that I saw going online. I just was minding my business on Twitter. And in between, the Krishan Rock and Blueface toxicity, I saw a few tweets about SK, and then I saw some more tweets about SK, and then I saw some TikToks about SK. So we're going to get into that. Just give me one moment. Okay, let's see here. Oops. You can probably hear me typing. There we go. And what I'll do is turn off my notifications for an hour. So hopefully it won't buzz too bad. Let's check out the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Tournament says, if I told you once, I told you twice. QB, throw the booty like a groupie for more ice. Wait, you have the spacing. Let me try it again. If I told you once, I told you twice. QB, throw the booty like a groupie for more ice. Armor truck heist, hit the bonus like in the bush right. So you forgot a word. In love with you since the days of old Juicy. Now I watch you play Columbo, Picasso, inside trips to Colossos, turn your castles to brothels. Who you loving, who you want to be hugging, dipping in your Ninja Honda with Tanisha and Rhonda. And I remember people being quite upset that she said Ninja Honda because there is no Ninja Honda. I believe it's the Suzuki brand that has a Ninja motorcycle. But I tried my best to spit those little Kim bars. Fomikilati says, hey, y'all. And then Tony Man says, hey, back. And also click, 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 because that's me typing in my phone. Oh, was it Kawasaki? It wasn't Suzuki. It was Kawasaki Ninja. I knew it wasn't Honda. It's just like who was it that said that he was a Nelly? He was a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes when toes get actually pedicured. But you know, rap lyrics. All right, let me pull up these things because what I'm going to do is just go to my page and see what I had retweeted. Oh, that's not on my page. I thought I was looking. I was like, where is it? And realized I was in the wrong area. Okay, let me share the screen. And then we'll get into this mess here because it looks like, allegedly, supposedly, possibly, that SK is not the person that he portrayed himself to be on the show. Tony Man says yes, and Nori says he ran laps around the English Channel, which, yeah, you can't run laps. You can swim laps around the English Channel. Shout out to Selena. She also has a YouTube channel called Welcome to the Dark Side, and I'm hearing about this place called Hive that might be the new Twitter, so we'll see. I might get on there and we'll see what's up. Okay, we'll start with this. Real Boring Housewife. I'm making myself very small in the image, large, so we can read through it. Says, now another one coming out about SK. I had a suspicion about his comment on dating blindly erases the race issue. He picked a biracial, and all these receipt droppers are, and she's pointing to palm colored, trusting the algorithm, for the latest receipts. And she says, this is the young lady who claims to be his ex, says, when your ex takes you to Europe and talks about getting back together, but on the trip, you find out he has a fiance from a reality show he did on Netflix. But then he tells you it's all fake and for money. So you say you'll believe him if you get to meet this fake fiance, but that never happens. And now you're waiting for him to get exposed as the actual villain instead of this phony angel he portrayed himself as. And as you can see, she posted that on TikTok and someone screenshotted it. Shout out again to Real Boring Housewife. Thank you for screenshotting this, because TikTokers will write this whole brick of text and leave it up there for 2 seconds. Like, I can read that fast. I can't, and I hate abusing the pause button. Here's some responses. De La Soul says, let us all take a break from hounding Barista, that's what they're calling Bartiste, and direct our full energy to hating SK. Tony Man says, I called it on the last review. Vapid men and dramatic women get together and hijinks ensue. Rinse and repeat. Honestly, is anyone surprised? I don't think anyone really is surprised. Okay, here's some more. Busy Bee writes, OMG, Raven completely wiped SK from her Instagram. And there's some screenshots here of Raven's Instagram, where, as you can see, there's no pictures of SK on there anymore. Kamala's collection of Venn diagrams says, Shorty only has 3 videos and they're all about Raven and SK. Like, what's Raven's at? Because she needs to get rid of this, quote, friend immediately. And this is about the friend with the short blonde hair that was at the table with her. And this is her TikTok. And as you can see, there's 3 videos. And they each seem to be about SK and Raven. Nothing about herself. We might come back and go down that rabbit hole. Depends on how much time I have. Mo Money, Mo Problem says, well, this is in French, but I will try to read it. Pardon d'apprendre que est-ce qu'elle attend Raven? Je déteste ce message raison apparente après qu'il ait dit I do not. We're saying the person is saying that they detested him for no reason until he said even before he said I do not. And j'arrivais pas à expliquer, or I cannot explain why, but I just do. I think let's test it. Let's test it. Shout out to taking French in high school. Let's see how far I got with that. Not surprised to learn that SK cheated on Raven. I hated this guy for no apparent reason after it was after he said I did. See, I said after, and then I corrected myself and said before because I thought it was wrong. And I couldn't explain why. Now I know. See, I was close. So I'd give myself a 70% on the French test. Nola Creel says, so SK is trash after all. Shaking my head. And BuzzFeed has an article here, says Raven from Love is Blind posted a series of cryptic comments. We may come back into that. I don't want to click off of here and then have to navigate back until after I read all these tweets. So that's why I'm doing that. Bettina says, this is Jada Rice. Is she the football legend Jerry Rice's daughter? SK had the nerve to cheat on Jerry Rice's daughter. There really are unlimited levels to the disrespect. Men will always find the audacity. Mind you, this is girl number 2, because remember, girl number 1 was this blonde girl up here that wrote the brick of text. See her? It's light hair, very thick body. Looks like she might be European. Yeah, her picture is over here. She appears to be European American. That's girl number 1 that came out and said that SK was talking to her while at the same time being on a dating show with Raven. And this is young lady number 2 named Jada Rice. And what I'll do, I will click on this to show the larger picture just because that's kind of small. Says Jada Rice, happy birthday to my number 1 man, my daddy, a true GOAT on and off the field. You set the standards. How could I ever settle for less? Love you to the moon and back, Jerry Rice. And then this is how she looks now. Very beautiful young lady. Look at her. Gorgeous. Jada Rice. And it says 2 airport codes. San Francisco. I think it's San Francisco. And this is Dallas Fort Worth. But yeah, she's the second one that's come forward and said that SK was talking to her as well. That's a separate thing about a person being harassed in the store. Might come back to it. Pandemonium Mommy says, remember when Cole caught the cow's number during the rodeo? He probably was drunkenly bragging to Z that I caught the cow's number, and her crazy ass twisted to you got a girl's number. That actually sounds possible. Tony says, you read French. Awesome job. Thank you. I did stutter a couple times because I'm really, really out of practice, but it was all right. Tony said, I read Spanish and Italian as good as you read French. Thank you. But I'm trying. Moya says, so how y'all feeling about them receipts on SK? Had me fooled, child, and he and Raven's relationship is a no-mo. Here's another alleged receipt. Who posted this? I can't see. I think it's the same girl. It's the same girl from TikTok, but this looks like it. The comments look like they could either be TikTok or Instagram. Hard to tell. But this person, Cammy, says, OMG plot twist. He was talking to my friend and it was her idea to go to Ibiza, but she cussed him out for lying and didn't go. And then the poster named Hannah says, wow, yeah, he asked me like with a week's notice, but I was down, so I didn't hesitate. But that's crazy. So he's flying to Ibiza with people. Interesting. Oh, and there's a third part. It's a fiance. Kev wrote, wait, SK invited his side chick to the Love is Blind wedding. And it's the first 2 parts I just read, and then added, Cammy comes back and says, girl, he ain't shit. He had her on the effing show for the wedding, saying it was all fake. It's cool. Wow, I'm shook. Free yourself. And then Ali Mix O says, girl, what? He invited her to the show wedding? Let me take a sip before my sip gets cold, as a matter of fact. Bettina says, laugh my ass off, not SK, the data scientist, getting got by running his scamming ass mouth to his hoes in different area codes. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head all day. One of my uncles, that used to be one of his favorite songs. um CO says, so did SK not think his dirty laundry wouldn't be aired going on a national television series? How many women will come forward? LOL. Bukola D says, I'm actually confused. By the way, Bukola, your picture is gorgeous. What a pretty girl. She says, I'm actually confused. Why did SK go on hashtag Love is Blind 3? Did he not think receipts would come out? When did he have time to be juggling all these women? Is he not meant to be in grad school? All these questions. When I discussed this with D-Ray, we talked about why he was on the show if he was planning on going to grad school. It was not the right timing at all. Tonyman says Jada Rice is better than or greater than Simone Johnson. I am not familiar with Simone Johnson, so I will just take your word for that. Fomikilati says how he thought he wasn't going to get caught, especially with all this social media and all these, and millennials post everything to social media. I mean, a lot of Gen X do too. Like we try to act like we don't, but Gen X right now, I feel like a lot of Gen X problem is posting too much of their children online without their consent and just like stuff that might be embarrassing to them that we think is funny. I don't think you should embarrass your children online, but a lot of people do it. Kalaya, currently residing in Canton, says she should be comforting Raven, not going for her own 5 minutes. SK being a jackass doesn't excuse her overall rudeness and her disregard for Raven's feelings. Last I checked, Raven was the one in the relationship, not Nicole. I'm guessing her name is Nicole, but she's calling her Micole because it's giving a lot of self-centeredness. Some friend. And Leah from Himalaya says, Lord, Raven friend that was on the show done made a TikTok just to talk about the drama. Should we give it a listen? Let's pause here. Increase the volume. Increase the size. And rewind. And see if she has anything of note to say. Or is it just pure clout chasing?
So it took me a minute to come on here and really talk about how I felt about this scene, because I've just read such negative comments. I have read the positive ones. Thank you for all that have reached out after seeing me on Love is Blind Season 3, Episode 7. My name is McCole. I am Raven's friend.
Oh, her name is McCole.
I think I'm going to do a few parts because I have a lot to say. But yeah, so SK.
Okay, get on.
You were at the lunch talking about you were so ready to get married. Y'all worked out a budget. This isn't giving me those types of vibes when you do stuff like that to people. Even if he did this for fame, like people are saying, you don't hurt someone in the midst of doing that. And it's just like I just feel like he has an undercover life. Like something was telling me, which is why my face was like that. Y'all saw how I was looking that entire scene. I was just not sold. I was like.
To answer this question, Tonyman says Simone Johnson is the Rock's daughter. She looks exactly like him in the face. Did I hear you correctly? You talked to someone from Love is Blind and they talked about grad school? No, I did not talk directly to anyone from Love is Blind. On the show, after they left the pods and were living together, SK said that he was going to grad school. And I said, why would you go on a show about getting married if you were going to move from, because everyone on the show is from Texas and around the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so SK was saying that he had just gotten a scholarship to go to, I want to say he said Berkeley, but I might be mistaken. But he said Berkeley, let me not say that the school, because like I said, I might be mistaken. He said he was going to California for grad school. So if everyone on the show is from Dallas-Fort Worth area and they're planning on getting married, why would you go on a show where everyone is from that area when you know that you're moving to California? Because he had this conversation wanting Raven to drop her whole life and move to California, which was not kind of the agreement when you're going into the show, which is why they have people on the show that live in the same area. You just shouldn't go to grad school, finish your education first before you start looking for a wife. That's all I'm saying. But I don't think he's looking for a wife, period. I don't know why he wanted the internet clout, especially since he's going to school for engineering. It's not like he was an influencer or anything like that. So it's odd that he wanted this type of attention, but he's got it. I will listen to her friend for a little bit more. If she's not talking about nothing, I'm turning it off. I'm not listening to a full 2 minutes of her trying to get attention on this.
The math ain't mathing. And then episode 6 said, well, he stated, I got to live on a student budget. And everybody was calling Raven a gold digger. Oh, he's going off to college. He's trying to better his life. You need to stay down with him. Y'all, how are you on a student budget and you got to live like a student, but you flying Hannah out to Cabo?
And Ibiza. Don't forget Ibiza. He flew there too.
I'm just saying, I don't know, something just was not sitting right with me.
I do have to agree with her on that. Raven wanted SK to pay half of her rent, which, it's some people were going in on her saying, oh, she's a gold digger. She's gold. If that's your husband, then I don't think that that's too much to expect. But he had the face all screwed up at her wanting him to take on half of her bills as her husband. But you can fly out this girl and that girl to Cabo and Ibiza and stuff. Like, it's not making sense. So I do agree with her on that one.
With this man when I was at the lunch, which is why I said what I said. He really had y'all fooled. And I'm here to say, I told y'all, fucking told y'all.
Well, I can't disagree with her. And I take back what I said about the clout chasing thing, because she didn't advertise anything. She didn't tell people to follow her. She just said her piece and kept it pushing. So I honestly don't think that she's clout chasing. I take that back. Tony Man says, great point. Let's see what else we got here. Girl says, so all the men from the season of, let me take this off the screen. Oh, one more. Fomikilati said, flued out. Yep, exactly. Flued out. Girl says, so all the men from the season of this season of Love is Blind were trash. Every single one of them. SK showed his true colors recently. Well, we haven't heard anything negative about Brennan just yet. I think he's the last one that we haven't heard anything negative about. Tony Man asked, bigger question, was SK born here or has a student visa? If he is neither, he had to marry someone to become a citizen. Am I wrong? Ooh, that is a great point. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if he was born in the United States or born in Nigeria. That is a great point. I didn't even think about that at all. That it might be a what we call a romance scam, where he just needs to get married to maintain citizenship. But wouldn't he be able to get a student visa? No, wait. If he had a student visa, he'd have to pay out of pocket. Because a lot of times foreign students have to pay out of pocket and they're not able to get scholarships, fellowships, or government grants to go to school. So the fact that he has a scholarship, I'm thinking he probably already is a citizen. He must have already gotten his citizenship in order for him to be eligible for a scholarship. But I could be mistaken. There could be scholarships available for international students, and I just don't know about it. But when I was in college, the international students that I knew, their families all paid out of pocket. So I'm guessing that he is a what they call a naturalized American, which means that he's gotten his citizenship paperwork. But that is a great point. Tony says, I haven't heard anything from Dirty Jack Harlow. That is Cole. Cole, poor Cole. They made that man cry and they gaslit him about the phone number thing. That he was trifling and he was a fuck boy. But he wasn't so bad that you had to crucify him like that. I feel like all the smoke that they gave Cole should have went to Bartiz. I really do. I mean, Cole, he just was too young to be on the show. He shouldn't have been on the show. He's a child. Why are you looking for a wife? You can't even pick your damn socks up off the floor and flush the toilet. You don't need to be looking for a wife, Cole. Okay, let me get off of my side track on Cole again. Foamy Flags is something be wrong with most of them reality show people. Yeah, well the thing is, in the process, they look for people that are going to give them those moments that will go viral. So most times you're not going to see normal. Let me not use the term normal because that's very othering. You're not going to see common people on reality as much as you're going to see those that we will talk about, like what I'm doing right now, talking about people. That's why the Little Women shows outlasted the tall women. If you remember, there was a show that was also about extremely tall women that was like the counterpart to the Little Women Dallas and Little Women LA. But the tall women were very calm. They were, I mean, the most controversy they had is one of them liked to go out and drink and dance a lot. But that was it. She liked to go out partying and dancing. And that was the big drama, was that, oh, you're just so extroverted. Well, the rest of the tall ladies seemed to be very introverted. They drink tea and they talked quietly and they discussed things. Whereas the little women, they were fighting. They were dropping their asses like it's hot. They were giving so much more viral moments than the tall women. And that's why we have maybe 2 seasons of I can't even remember the show's title that had the tall women on it. Let me look it up. What was the TLC show with the tall women? What was it called? My Giant Life. Yeah, we had 2 seasons of My Giant Life, and we had how many seasons of Little Women? Well, actually, I think Little Women is not TLC. I think that's Bravo. I think that's 2 different networks. But point being, the tall women were taken off the air because they weren't fascinating enough, because they were just regular. They were regular people that just happened to be tall. Whereas the Little Women had a little bit more spectacle to them because of their behavior. Toneman says, rumor has it that someone tried out for a show and was told her fashion was too mature. Oh, no. You're talking about me in Project Runway. And yeah, but that's another show that it's very personality driven. Because I saw people that were trying out with me whose fashions were, 100 times better than what I even came in the door with. 100 times better. Just absolutely talented people. But they were very quiet. They were very humble. And they didn't even get through to the second part of the casting because of that. They want people that have more, like I said, virality to them. Foaming Key says, yeah, when it's someone normal, the producers want them gone because they think they're boring. Tony says, tall women shows are too long and little women shows are shorter episodes, more compact. You're a jerk for that. And the shows were the same length, but I get the joke that you were trying to make. Okay, let's get back into these things here. Amber has posted what allegations, what happened with SK and Raven, because here are 2 posts that they each posted. Let's see. SK Forever wrote, we are saddened to announce that we have decided to go our separate ways due to ongoing legal proceedings surrounding these allegations. We cannot provide additional details and ask that you please respect our privacy during this hard time. Thank you for following our love story and believing in us. This journey has forever shaped our lives, and we are so grateful for everyone who has been a part of it. Your love and support means everything. And then he puts a white heart. This is weird. Why white? Then on Raven's, Pilates Body Raven is the name of her Instagram. We're sent to, it's the same exact message, also with a white heart. I don't get what these white hearts mean. Okay, so they made their public stuff there. Rennie DeHembo says, can't believe this ninja SK man. And it has an anime picture here with the guy saying, I fumbled some of the baddest bitches in the world. That's funny. Tonatia says, y'all, SK was cheating the whole time and now there's a legal action happening. Did y'all see that coming? I was noticing it too when I was just reading that. This part right here, due to ongoing legal proceedings surrounding these allegations. What are the legal proceedings? I wonder, what are the legal proceedings? Rebecca says Netflix should make a documentary called Surviving SK because this man has terrorized people for real. Okay, Real Boring Housewife, the original girl keeps deleting. Real Boring Housewife also tweets. The original girl keeps deleting. Now she has her comments off. Here are her SK receipts. So we're going to have to go into this.
Gave her Instagram because he came.
I'm going to have to do like this, and we're going to have to abuse the pause button because I guess I'm just feeling extra nosy today. You know what I mean? It happens. I don't think I can make it any bigger than that, so we'll work with it. Let's rewind. Okay, it says SK and Raven cheating receipts.
Okay, guys, so here are all of her receipts. She posted it on her page. Don't keep fucking covering me. I didn't make up this rumor. This is just tea that's going around.
Okay, I'm pausing it to read. It says, "What's up, M? It's SK from Hinge." And she says, "Hello." I think it says, I can't see the next word after hello. And he says, "I'm sorry I didn't talk to," you know what? Maybe I can do it like this to make it larger. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to read it this way. She says, "Hello, hi." And then he says, "I'm sorry I don't talk to computer science majors, LOL. Peace sign with the hand." And she says, "Pardon?" And he says, "You're studying computer science, right?" And she says, "Yes." And he says, "I was just kidding, LOL. I think that's very impressive. What made you want to do that? Look what I found." And then there's like a picture that's coming up.
Tonight. Pause and read.
Okay, let's pause and read the second part. SK says, "Oh, okay. Do you have any family in the US? You've been on my mind today. Did you have a good day?" And the young lady says, "Oops, as you can tell, I suck at texting." And then she says, "No, I don't." Then he says, "Do you prefer talking instead?" And there's no answer. So then he says again, "Why? What happened?" Oh, wait. No, it does say, "No, I don't." Why are some of these texts in bright blue and some of them are in black? This is weird. It's giving that it might be edited. So take this all with a grain of salt because it's easy to edit text messages nowadays. So we're taking this with a grain of salt. We don't know this is real. We're just looking at it. Let me say this. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're not taking any of this as reality until it's proven.
Then read. SK from Hinge. Why are you on Hinge when you got a bitch?
Okay, so then he continues. "I'm honestly ready to plan our ramen date because I hate to have to go without you, LOL. When are you free this week?" And she says, can I let you know I'm having a bad week? I'm extremely behind." And he says, "Of course, just keep me posted. I hope your week gets better. Almost halfway there." And then she doesn't respond in between Wednesday and Friday. So he texts again on Friday. "Thank God it's Friday. Did you make some progress on your work?" And she says, I'm currently sat in the airport trying to do it. Ha. Seems pretty easy what I have, though. I wrote down the questions. I'll just do the math on my flight." And I'm sure he's going to ask, "Where's she going?"
Okay. Go read. Look,
Then he says, "Wow, give me a minute. My phone is too hot to handle at the moment. LOL. Bathing suit looks fire on you. Laugh my ass off. Don't be cringe. Okay, fine. LOL. Do you watch the Netflix show Selling Sunset?" And she says, "I don't." And he says, "Oh, okay. It's like one of those real estate shows." And it looks like she says, "Wow." And then he says, "My neighbor's sister is on this season that just came out yesterday. She's British something. And they just moved somewhere. Can't see behind the hand. I'll go from London." What's that got to do with you, though?
he doing all the fucking talking. Oh, my God.
Okay, she starts this conversation from what we're seeing on the slide anyways. "Everyone's ready now. Woohoo. Do you have IG?" And he says, "Finally, right? Yes, I do. It's SK Forever 2. Are you excited for the night?" And then there's like a picture of some people. Looks like they're at a bar or something. Looks like one of those places where they have like the IP brewery type of thing.
I'm thirsty.
A gastro bar. I think that's what they call it.
Not only a cheater, but you a thirsty cheater. Gave her.
Okay, so now these texts are turning between black. Y'all have to tell me, is this like a thing why some people's texts are like are these, somebody explain to me why her texts are in two different color if it's not edited. She says, oops, sorry, I suck at responding, LOL. Where are you going? And he says, no pressure. Please respond whenever it's convenient. I totally understand. Heading to Austin, Cabo in between. Then she says, there's so much work on it. You know what? Let's Control plus. No, that didn't help at all. It's still tiny. There's so much work this week. Normally in calc, it's a 7 homework each week with like 6 to 10 questions. This week, each homework is 18 to 20 questions. That is a lot. Work comes first, so please take care of your business. Where are you going to be working? And she says, I have an essay due tomorrow to laugh my ass off, but I can write these pretty fast. I see why she switched to the blue with the white text, because the black with the blue text is very hard to read. So then he says, I have an essay due tomorrow morning too, and I'm not a fast writer. Haha. Why don't y'all write your essays early? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go off on a tangent because I went to college, I went to grad school, graduated both. Actually, graduated college twice. I altogether have 3 degrees. But like, I had, well, maybe I was gonna say maybe I'm better, but no, I'm horrible at time management, and I still was able to get my essays done and go out. But I'm the type of person, I get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, write an essay. Like, say I have an essay due on, let's say it's a Friday. I have an essay due on Friday. I want to go out Friday. Thursday, I'm writing the essay at 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's done. So Friday, I can go out and do whatever. I don't see what the issue is with this. The only thing I think I was really bad about was maybe studying for an exam late. Like, I might save studying for an exam to last minute, but projects, I just knocked those out the park. Except for, I would say in grad school, I was a little bit of the essays due at 11:59. I'm gonna start writing it at 10 o'clock. But I would still get it done. I'd be hitting send at 11:55. Okay.
Gave her Instagram because he can't post his bitch for a year and a half.
He says, my friend from Texas is in town, so showing him around today. We might go out. Soccer tomorrow morning, then end of semester, grad prom gala tonight, brunch on Sunday. She says, fun. Boat sounds like a good time. Anyway, can you squeeze me into your weekend plan somewhere? It's like he's begging this girl, and I don't feel like he's going out with her yet. Like, how many weeks has this been? This is now Friday. I'm going to rewind it to see when he started texting her and when this finishes, because now we're on Friday, April 29th. Anyway, you can squeeze me into your weekend plan somewhere. She says, I don't think so. Okay, cool. I know weekdays are probably even worse. I'll be back in early June. And she says, let's do Monday evening, city preferably. So she is acting like she does want to see him.
Trifling. Talking about, I'm going to Cabo, okay?
So she says, send me your location. He says, I'm outside Brixton, white Toyota. What car, she says, with flashing lights on. And then she says, I can see you. How's your day going? If she's about to get in a car, why? Or maybe that's a different day, because that says April 30th. That might be the next day.
We had pictures of Raven and him in Cabo, but he couldn't post them to.
Great. I'm in class all day, 9 to 5, and doing presentation. Pull up on me. I'll do your calculus test. LOL. I hope you got it done on time. And she says, I did. And he puts 2 awards there. I take naps a lot during the day. Do you? And she says, no, I don't. Haha. I used to. I feel like I spent my life sleeping and was wasting my own time.
Until a year later, trifling. Oh, she even messaged Raven. Like,
okay, so let me rewind something right quick to see when he started texting her, because that went to April 30th.
fucking come from me. I didn't make up this rumor. This is just tea.
Okay, he started texting her April 18th and finished texting her April 30th when they finally got together.
Oh, She even messaged Raven. Like, she shows a thing where she messages Raven and lets her know, like, girl, your man is trifling. But Raven didn't respond. So now she putting it on TikTok because she's hoping this gets her attention. And this not the way to do it, girl. Hoping this gets her attention. And this now she putting it on TikTok because she's hoping
it's gonna take me a
Raven
while.
didn't respond. So
pause. There we go. Okay. You did it. I'm proud of you. Law, ours is $300 a month. Old building. I've never paid over $50 since I moved here. Oh, that's still more text messages between SK
now
and
she putting it on
this
TikTok
girl.
because
This
she's hoping this gets her attention. And this not the way to do it, girl. But who SK?
Were you two meeting during April and May? I'm guessing you have now seen the video since SK unfollowed me. As you can see, the last text he sent me was 4 months ago. I'm so sorry, but if you were together, then I'm sending you receipts of everything in case you want them.
Okay. I am disappointed in you.
All right, well, I did my job reading through all that. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Thank y'all for rocking with me while I'm freaking reading all these. Fomikilati says their fake relationship is public now. And Tony says vocab and spelling are kryptonite to most people texting. And Fomikilati says, I don't even know how to change the look of text messages. I've never tried to. I never thought, oh, I need to change the color. It just never occurred to me. Different phones, Android and iPhone, have different chat bubbles. Hello from Holland. What's this all about? Hello in the US. This is about SK and Raven, who were on Netflix's Love is Blind season 3. And apparently while SK was on the show, he was chatting up other women. So we're going through the receipts that have been coming out on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram of the other women that SK was talking about. But welcome to the show, by the way. And Tony says they need to have a water fountain attached to his phone because he sounds thirsty as F. Yeah. And also, hello, Aziz. It's about the reality show, and one of the dudes was caught cheating on a chick. All right, let me go back. Let me minimize this and go back to Twitter, see if there are other receipts that we need to read through. Starlux Residences says Sikaru, which I think is apparently this person, I think it knows SK's real first name. It says, Sikaru, why did you go for Love is Blind when you're clearly a serial cheat? You want to be like your father, right? Anyways, it runs in your blood. It is your mother I pity. Such a nice woman. Ravens fans would feast on your reality. I don't know why I hear that in a Nigerian accent, but I hear it in a Nigerian accent. Lagon says SK must have extra hours in a day than everyone else, because how has he got time to be in relationships with so many girls and he flies them all out? And then there's a sign of a lady wearing purple who says all men are blood clots. Tony Man says Lady Shasha explained it such more concise. Well, I try. I need to steal this meme because I know I have places to use it. This is the bad place, says SK, telling us he is going to California to study while he is in Ibiza, Italy, Mexico, Mars, even anywhere but Texas, where he ain't paying rent for Raven, rightfully so. But the reason is his money tied up with traveling and orange silk shirts. Which is funny because he talked so much on the show about how much he loved velvet. But he's in the silk shirts. Sky says this person who commented on YouTube literally predicted SK 3 months ago. And that's a pretty profile picture as well. At Aspen says black men always end up reinforcing stereotypes on these reality shows. First season had an angry closeted gay man. Now we have a colorist. Next season, I guess they'll have a polygamist. And the next person says, I agree. I think the colorist they're talking about was... Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. He married the tiny girl with the short hair. She was so cute. It's an adorable little girl from Chicago. I can't remember her name, but it was Love is Blind season 2. And that was after he asked this Latina girl to marry him, and she said no. And the little short hair girl was his second choice. And I really think she shouldn't have married him after she found out she was his second choice. Because as far as I know, they're not even together anymore. Can't remember that guy's name, but yeah, he was a colorist in my opinion too. He was giving me color struck tees. Tony says, I thought it was blood clot, not Clark's. I don't know how to spell it. I've never seen it written out before that sign today, but I've always heard it said blood clot. Ross clot, bomba clot, blood clot. That's what I've heard. 1111 says, and yet another one to add to SK doing Raven all types of dirty drama. Oh, this looks like there is video of him in a club. Let's go into these images. Okay, the first one. Oh, wow, this is a doozy.
Motion detected at the front door.
These are so small. Where are my reading glasses? Let me see if that helps. I have reading glasses now. I'm that old. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that does help. Okay, so, wow. Can you, I'm asking myself, when did I get this nosy? I think it's the boredom. Okay, so Jada Rice says, I also dated SK from Love is Blind in 2019, and I've been silent until now. I am absolutely so heartbroken to hear that so many women were hurt by his antics. But I've always known he was a serial cheater after I found hair in his shower drain that was not mine. After speaking to another woman, it was also not hers as well. Earlier this year, SK told me that he and Raven did not end up together, which is why he flew me out to Oakland to be his date for a party themed Havana Nights. However, not only was he cheating on Hannah, but he was also cheating on Raven simultaneously. I'm so happy this is all coming to light, and I pray the people he has hurt can heal from this situation. Wow. And then look at this here. We have, oh, she posted the ticket information for when he flew her out. It was American Airlines, and you can see it's Dallas Fort Worth to I want to say it's SFO San Francisco. I could be mistaken. Could be San Fernando. It's California. That's what I know. And then we have video of them in the club together. He's shameless with his cheating too. And then the last one is on her stories. She put, come to the Grand. Well, it's a text message between them. He posted a short video of the nightclub he's at, and he says, come to the Grand. And she says, we're on a boat, LOL. And he says, still. And she writes, he even tried to meet up with me on October 29th while I was in town to celebrate my dad's birthday. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yamisi Aragoke says Raven's friend doing a series of I told you so TikToks is so very weird. Celebrating and laughing at your friend's heartbreak in the name of I was right. Also, it was the xenophobia people had a problem with, not the skepticism of SK. I do agree with that because I mentioned that in my review that I did not like her and one of Raven's other friends' immediate negative comments that they said about Nigerian women as a whole. And you can never make absolute statements about a group of people as a whole. You haven't met a large enough sampling size. And also in society, no matter what country, there's different types of people. Every country has different types of people. There's no country that everyone is exactly the same in. Even the countries that try to make everyone exactly the same. You go to North Korea and you're going to find different types of people. Even as much as their regime tries to make everyone one type of person, you're still going to find different types of people. So that's why I don't go for that stereotyping whole countries of people. That's just ignorant. Little Pumpkin Spice says, my jaw just dropped. SK is a wild man. I was rooting for him in Raven. Okay. Oh, here's some more receipts. Let's pause, increase the size, and look at this one. I think this might be the first girl that wrote that brick of text at the very beginning of the show. If you're coming into the stream, I read her brick of text. You can watch the replay to see what she wrote up. Tony Man says, every time she says she's on a boat, I start thinking of the dolphin doing flips and shit line. Yeah. Lonely Island, I'm on a boat. Okay, so she says, oh, there's tiny text. My old ass being nosy and reading these things that have nothing to do with me because I have nothing else to do on Thanksgiving Eve while things are cooking, because you know it takes hours for a turkey to cook. It all started in 2019. We became good friends and started dating boyfriend/girlfriend, attended weddings, birthday celebrations, etc. Broke up mutually and remained friends. Okay, that's the first slide. Okay, we got a picture here. Not sure where they're at.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been, and yeah, I know.
Fast forward to late July 2021, he invites me to go to Europe, Ibiza specifically. So this is the Ibiza girl. Okay, so we have I can't keep track of them. I'm not keeping track of these ladies. More tiny text. All right, let me increase the size. It'll be when I increase the size, I won't be able to see the chat, so bear with me. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, he says, hey, have you seen my silk orange shirt, the one from our first night in Ibiza? And she says, no, I haven't. Dang, I forgot about that one, LOL. And he says, I can't find it for some reason. I'm trying to order it, but can't seem to figure out where I got it from and what size. Remember I burned it with the iron, LOL? Wasn't it Zara, that one you burnt with the iron? Look at your email for receipts. And he says, I found it, ASOS. Did you ever send your address to the Madrid hotel? If not, I have mine now, and I can just have them send it to me directly. Is that the orange shirt in question? Not the best look. I feel like it makes his proportions look. See, here's the problem with this. He, number one, instead of going with this narrow pant leg, sorry, this is Fashion Freak TV. We have to talk about fashion sometimes. He should have went with a straight leg pant because he doesn't. This makes him look very short and makes his legs look short. Straight leg pant, all the way down to the sneakers with a little bit of a break. So that his legs look longer, and then tuck the shirt into the pants, because this makes him look like he has a long torso and short legs, and the proportions just look off. And also makes, I don't know whether it's the ankle, but his head looks big and his body looks small. I feel like you need to don't do skinny leg pants if your head is that big and your legs are that small. Okay, that's me. Let's keep going. She looks adorable. Look at this leg. She got that leg out. She knows she got that leg out. This is cute. It's very vacation outfit. Vacation outfit. Okay, so she says, we left Ibiza and flew back to Madrid. I asked to see his phone to send pics to myself, but ended up seeing messages from a contact named Fiance. I waited to confront him until dinner because I was trying to wrap my head around what I saw. Ooh, look at that. This is the dinner where I asked about finding a fiance in his phone, and he told me it was for the Love is Blind show, but it was just for money and they were friends only. Then she continues, I didn't 100% believe him, but he never gave me a reason to not trust him. So I just trusted his word, and it made sense at the time. I'm probably going to get demonetized because of this music. We extended the trip and flew to London for a couple days. He has more money than I've seen a grad student have in a long time. I just want to say that. Like, you're flying all over the place. In grad school, when I was in grad school, having a full tank of gas was a luxury. I don't know what you're doing. I maybe he comes from a wealthy family. I don't know his family. He probably comes from a wealthy family. I brought up my reservations one more time before we flew home and said I should meet Raven if this is all fake. And he agreed. I found her on IG, liked her pics, and didn't think anything of it until... As we were waiting outside for an Uber, I glance over and see him receive an IG notification from her. And the message said, who is this? With my profile attached. He says to me, I told you I was going to handle it. So I was like, that's weird, but okay. Okay, and Lizette, stop it. I don't know if you can hear the cat just fussing. I can't play with you right now. I'll play with you in a minute. Can you please send me my flight and can you please send my flight info to Austin? She says, and it looks like he sent her the flight info and asks, "Are you all packed up?" And then more text. What's up? Just showered. What about you? Are you? We're still in Bamboo Room. It's closing in 10 minutes. Then SNS around 11. So y'all are coming here before we go to SNS? And he says, sounds like the plan. Send the address. And then that's what's blocked out here is the address she sent. Be there in 15 minutes. And then he says, I'm here, coming up. Now this September, he invited me to go to Miami with him. Trip fell through due to his school event. Now, that would have been after the filming of Love is Blind, if it was this past September. Miami in 2 weeks, September 30th to October 2nd. Nikki Beach, Mega Yacht, and new restaurants. That would be a vibe. Who's Mega Yacht? LOL. We're renting it. It's big and nice AF. Linking up with my friends from Canada, and they're all bringing baddies with them. LOL. Their girlfriends are just random girls. One of them with his girl, and the other two are not in a relationship but talking. Oh, LOL. Are they around? Can't read that word. Have I met your Canada friends? Yes, they are around my age. So that's probably what she asked. Are they around my age? Yes, they're around my age. LOL. And no, you haven't met them except for one that was at the wedding in Atlanta. Well, that was a lot. Let's go to the chat. Toteman says that should have been thrown into the fire. It's horrible. And also, he has money because of the uncle that is a multi-millionaire that emails me all the time. That's messed up. That's messed up. Fomiki Latte says, I'm thinking his family's either wealthy or he's got a lot of student loan debt. Yeah, because sometimes people can get those big student loan checks and not spend it on their actual schooling. Asian McMahon says, live look at Bartiz at the reunion. So yeah, that's how I know that I've gotten to the end of the SK tweets. Yeah, we went through that. That was a lot. There's a lot here on him and his cheating ways. I mean, I'm not surprised. Can't say I'm surprised. I watched 90 Day Fiance. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a whole lot of stuff. Speaking of 90 Day Fiance, this is just an aside, but there is video floating around, and I found out, shout out to D-Ray from Rainbow Fright. She told me about this, and I went on Reddit and confirmed it from my own eyes because I could not believe it. But if y'all remember Paul from 90 Day Fiance, Paul and Karini, Paul was on OnlyFans with Karini's brother, and both of them had their little pings in their hands, doing what they solo, we'll call it solo sports. They were doing solo sports, but in the same room with each other on the same bed. And it was just the oddest thing because who would pay to see Paul on OnlyFans? That's just, I thought the weirdest was when Colt had the OnlyFans and they leaked the pictures. There's pictures of Colt in a bubble bath. And I said, who is this for? And I thought, well, maybe there are women that have a fetish for men that have breast tissue. And so that could be a thing. I don't know. But like I was saying, I've seen, being a 90 Day Fiance watcher, I've seen some things. So I'm not surprised by anything that I see on reality TV anymore. This was a TikTok about the one that we just watched, I think. Let's see what they're saying. Where's the audio?
Anymore, but so many people have tagged me, and I got a fresh haircut, so I guess I might as well post a video. So another woman has come forward saying that she dated SK in 2019, and he is a serial cheater. This is what she said. They said they end up this year even going to Oakland, California, where he paid for her plane ticket. So she posted the receipt of him paying her plane ticket. Like, this man has something with buying plane tickets. Like, I'm just convinced. Like every situation come up, he done bought a plane ticket. Like, he got hella Delta miles by now. Then she posted this video on her story. I think it's still up. It's a video of them at the club together, you know, canoodling. Like, you could tell, like, you know, it was more than that. Then she posted this receipts of him begging, like, can we do dinner? I'm single, I promise. Please don't hate me. And then you can see some of these. A lot of people don't understand our relationship, and that's okay. Why you really hate me, Jada? Like, he just begging. Just a begging ass motherfucker. Then she posted this from October 29th of this year, after the reunion was filmed, saying, come to the Grand, like, we're still on a boat, like, trying to meet up with her. At this point, I'm not surprised, y'all. SK is just sloppy. Like, I've never seen nobody this sloppy. For one, for being on the show. Two, for being a man. Like, you're not sneaky at all. Like, this is crazy to me. But there's truly not much to say. Like, I'm just happy that everything's just being brought to the light. He's gonna have a hard time recouping, but maybe he'll learn to do better.
And let me just rewind that, so I can shout out that person. Shout out to Robert Buckman on TikTok. Good video, Robert. That saved me some more time. Oh, wait, there's a couple. Tony Man says, shout out to the dude I retweeted with Bilal doing the Wakanda pose, and they constantly post Debbie and the old dude in public places. Yeah, I'm happy for Debbie and, what was his name? Was it Joe or John or something? It was something very, very common, but I'm happy for them. Paul Michelacci says, huh? Not in the same bed. That's so weird. Yeah, it was weird. It was like Paul was sitting on one side of the bed and Karini's brother was sitting on the other side of the bed, and they both were just flogging their dolphins, choking their chickens. I can't think of another euphemism, but you know what I mean. And none of it was impressive. Like, why are we showing off these? I don't want to body shame, so I will stop there. Tonyman says, you better see why Lizette keeps hollering. Maybe she's like a dog and warning you. No, she just wants to play, and I have the door closed. And what she will do is she will see what I'm doing and then try to sit directly on the computer, on the keyboard. I found cat hair on my computer keyboard, and I know it's because she wanted to sit on it. Fomikilite says, well, the whole thing is weird. Yes, it is. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here because I'm really hungry at this point. And this gave me a reason to read through all this stuff, because I had not read through all of these before getting on the live stream today. I just retweeted them so that I could find it quickly. And now that I've read through it, like, I agree with Robert, what Robert just said. It's just completely sloppy. He's not trying at all to cover his tracks or anything. It's disrespectful how sloppy he is. But let me stop the screen. What are you guys planning to do for this weekend, by the way, before I get out of here? Hope you can have time off from work and get some rest. I know I need to edit for my other channel. I've been feeling a little bit unmotivated, unfortunately, and I got to get my mojo back. Okay, why is that not? I'm trying to click on stuff and it's not letting me. We'll try it again. Yeah, I gotta get my mojo back so I can get back into the swing of things. Okay, my outro, for some reason, is not letting me click on it. Let me see, is it just that file? That's so weird. My outro is not letting me click on it. So I might have to end this in a janky way, since that is so weird. Why is it not letting me open? No, it's this whole thing. I think my computer's acting up because I have to do an update. So I'm just going to have to close out the show without an outro. And so we'll just have to do it that way. Tonyman says, no work for me. It's relaxing. That's good. Fomikilati said, I saw a video where they said that cats be mirroring you. Yeah, they definitely, if you get very tense and excitable, they get tense and excitable. If you're chill, they get kind of chill. They do kind of mirror you that way. And they do sometimes get jealous of what you're doing. Like if you're not paying enough attention to them, they'll see your computer as competition for them. Because like, why are you stroking the keys of the computer when you can be petting me? They will get jealous of inanimate objects that you're paying too much attention to, or reading a book. You could be sitting here reading a book and the cat will want to sit on the book because you're paying more attention to that book than to them. Tony Man says, spirits, I told you she was warning you. And Fominky Latte says, staying home. Oh, you know what? I think I found out why I wasn't. Okay, I got my outro to work. Okay, cool. I don't have to end this, in a janky way. I hate doing that because I work so hard on just editing these little outros. I mean, they're not perfect because I'm not a professional editor, but I'm proud of what little I did. All right, with that, thank you again so much, chat. Had a good time talking to you. Hopefully this video will help those of you that did not want to read through all that mess, but still are nosy enough to want to know what's going on. And I hope that I did a good job with filling everybody in. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good and safe holiday weekend. Don't let your family stress you out too much because it's only temporary. Hopefully they won't be in your face 24/7. And if you love your family, love on them really hard. All that good stuff. Like I said, take care.